Hello, everyone, and welcome to the show. It is Local Chat, episode 230. I'm your host, William Crosby. Joining me this week, all the way from Florida, it's Ian Gibson.
Hello, it's me. I'm from Florida. Guess what? It's been in the 60s this week, and it's delightful.
Speaking of delightful, Karl from Save Data is here.
Peanut at the same time?
Peanut? At the same time? Anyways, folks, that's been the show. Thanks so much for tuning in. You can catch us over on...
Is that a Charlie Brown joke?
On Beam, on MySpace, and of course, archive.org. Folks, we're here to talk about video games.
Was Beam a website?
Remember Beam was the Microsoft streaming service that we loved?
No, that was Mixer.
But they called it Beam before Mixer.
Oh, yeah,
Wasn't
I think
it?
you're right.
And then
I
they
can't
changed it to
remember which was
Mixer.
first.
Or is it the other way around?
Oh,
Maybe.
dead social media
Rip.
streaming platforms.
Rip.
Shout out to Justin TV.
Let's get over to Kick, right? They're okay. They're not platforming horrible people, right?
They are okay because there's just a lot of scummy people who want to gamble online, and that keeps them afloat.
God.
Yeah.
Sure.
We should gamble online. Folks, life's a gamble. We're here to talk about video games, all sorts of things going on in our lives, but we've got a little chit-chat section here. That's where the three of us endear each other with each other, on each other, and talk about things that aren't video game related, or they could be. It's the chit-chat section. This says Thanksgiving, Black Friday, and Cyber Monday, meaning... How was our Thanksgiving? What did we buy on Black Friday? Yeah. And who did we cyberfuck? Cyber Monday.
On Monday.
Hell yeah.
I gotta do something with them leftovers.
Yeah. Those turkey legs got devoured.
They gonna split themselves. Gotta yank on that wishbone, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah, stuffing. Thanksgiving. How was everyone's Thanksgiving? Karl, how was your Thanksgiving? Your American Thanksgiving?
Oh, it was great. Yeah, we definitely celebrate Thanksgiving over here in Lesbian. We pardoned so many turkeys.
Just one.
Yeah. No, at least like 2.5.
2.5? It's pregnant turkey.
2.5. You didn't have any Thanksgiving festivities? Because I remember when I was over there, there was enough white people and enough locals who wanted to be American that there was always at least like a Friendsgiving or like some restaurant doing a weird Thanksgiving event.
I don't think that's a thing here at all.
They left.
Also, do you actually only pardon one turkey? Is that how that works? Is it just like
assume
one
it's just
turkey?
one.
That's like
I don't
The
even know
West
if
Wing
it
episode
happens
has
here.
led me to believe it is just one turkey.
Yeah, let me just say,
So hold on.
That's not really a part of Thanksgiving. Like, it is something that happens at Thanksgiving, but it's so small and minuscule that it's like you could just completely forget it happens. Like, it's one of the smallest things of Thanksgiving.
Is the concept that this one turkey is like, hello, you get to not die this year, and it's like freed? Is that how that works?
I think it's like a joke.
Yeah.
I don't know how it started, but it's literally like the president being like, "Oh, here's all the turkeys. I get to pick one for Thanksgiving." Oh, just kidding. You're pardoned, so you get to live. And I think it's just a weird joke that happened at some point.
It's only death row turkeys, so it's not like it was an innocent turkey,
yeah.
anyways.
Right.
Yeah.
These are hard.
This year he pardoned Joe Biden though, for all those
with an auto pen. Oh, sleepy.
Oh boy.
My Thanksgiving was good. Karen smoked the turkey. We haven't been brining it because we have to have a kosher turkey. And kosher food tends to be salty already. So Karen and her mom have been afraid of brining it might like over salt the turkey and make it too salty.
Wait. But I thought kosher had to deal with like separation and blessing. Why would a kosher turkey be more
like
salty?
kosherized meat also has other things done to it. There's like a
why?
Don't fucking ask me. Ask the kosher god.
Sorry. I don't mean to sound accusatory. I literally thought like I thought kosher was kind of like halal, where it's about like preparation and storage, etc., and not with ingredients or anything like that.
I think whatever the process is, I don't know, has something to do with salt. I think
That's weird.
I don't think it's the kosher process. I think it's kosher turkeys are sold salted or already.
Oh, so
or
it's
like
become a different item. Like it's not just a kosher turkey. It is a kosher turkey.
I don't know if the rules of
know what I
kosher mean like for preservation on the shelf it has to also be salted. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's not part of the kosherization process,
Oh, yeah,
but
maybe.
because it has to be. Anyways, so they haven't been brining it, but they put it on the smoker for like an hour and a half, and then finish it in the oven. And it's so good. That smokiness penetrates, and it's delicious, and I really like it.
I do believe you, but can we have a quick discussion about how turkey is one of the worst meats?
Yeah,
like you can prepare it properly, but in general, it's a bad meat, right?
Yeah. It's easier to have bad turkey than good turkey.
Yes, and it's and pork is close to that, where it's very easy to fuck up pork. So it's like, I think that's the reason why chicken tastes good, but it's also pretty easy to cook chicken, and that's why it's like kind of universal, you know.
It's the chicken of the land, they call it.
Yeah. So it's funny that we still do. I wouldn't say it's funny, but it's like I'm okay with Thanksgiving. I'm okay with turkey on Thanksgiving because that's the only time of year that I eat turkey like that. That being said, thin sliced cold cut turkey.
Cold cut turkey.
That's pretty much the only other way that I'll.
That's different.
Turkey,
that's an amalgamized.
It is.
mass.
Yeah.
Just
and it's
Do
like
you not eat turkey for Christmas?
No, that's a
Christmas
ham holiday for me.
Is usually ham
or goose.
It's usually ham.
Huh.
I've never had goose.
Here we do eat turkey for Christmas.
I mean goose like classically like Charles Dickens is like goose. I don't get a goose. You have turkey on Christmas?
No, I think I'm trying to translate from French to English. I think it might be goose.
Jambon. Jambon is ham, right?
I think it's
Jambon.
Jambon.
It's jambon, but yeah. Oh no, it is turkey.
Turkey?
So
is it an ostrich? Are you eating ostriches?
No, I don't think so. Do you eat ostriches? Is that a thing?
Does it have to do with Does it have to do with
Can you blink it to us in Morse code?
I remember it wasn't impossible to find ham in Lebanon, but it was definitely like a little bit of like you got to go to the ham section. You know what I mean?
Where do you get your ham in America?
No, I mean because Lebanon was nice because it's not like Saudi Arabia where it's like alcohol is forbidden. But depending on where you're going, depending on where you're shopping, it's not going to be available. Is my point?
Yeah.
You know.
No. Yeah.
But some Americans do turkey for Christmas as well. Like it's not a hard. The meals are so similar between Christmas and Thanksgiving meals that really the only difference is the meat. And so at that point, a lot of Americans will do like like we've done ham for Thanksgiving and turkey for Christmas. We've done turkey for both. We've done ham for both. Like it's wishy-washy.
This is a bit of a tangent, and it's going to sound crazy. Does it snow in Lebanon?
So
in the mountains.
usually yes, but global warming and it's December. It hasn't snowed yet. Genuinely hasn't. It's 20 degrees. No, it's 20 degrees right now outside. I'm chilling. I'm wearing a t-shirt in fucking December. It's crazy right now.
20 Celsius for those of us.
Right. Yeah. Sorry. 20 Celsius.
For those who are ignorant.
I will say in what I remember of the winters in Beirut was that some days it would get down into the 50s and it would be wet and they didn't have a lot of heaters, at least when I was there. You were relying on like an AC systems heater, which wasn't very good. So there were days in the winter when you would get like, it wouldn't get super cold outside, but you would be cold and chilly the entire
It'd be funny,
day, basically.
If it turned out Ian never went to Beirut, but he was just spun in a chair 6 times and then pushed into
for 4 years in a row
into a room. And they're like, yeah, you're in Beirut.
Yeah.
And they just built a city block just for him.
No, but they do get snow because I remember my senior year in May, I went with a couple other American guys, and one of them had a car for some reason. I think they rented a car and they were like, let's drive around for the day. So we literally we drove to Baalbek and then we drove through the mountains and it was May and we went through a mountain pass that still had about 15 feet of snow on the side of the roads. So it was like the road was carved out of it. There was not fresh snow, but there was just giant snow walls on either side. And we drove over the mountain like that. And then we went to the Cedars of Lebanon like we just had a weird little day. But yeah, there was still snow in the mountains in May.
Yeah.
So yeah, it'll
Mountains
snow
in
there.
May.
Yeah.
That's cool. Very cool. Black Friday. Anyone make a Black Friday purchase? A sale? Did they sale something? Possibly away?
I made a couple purchases, like tech-related purchases, but they surprisingly weren't that much on sale. So I got a 480 gig SSD hard drive, not an M2, like a SATA SSD, because I have an old PC that I'm like putting stuff on, and it has one M2 slot, and I already have Windows installed on that, and I was like, fuck, I need another hard drive. But it wasn't that bad. It was like $35 for like a 500 gigabyte SSD. But it was kind of weird because I remember buying that for the first time. My first SSD was a 500 gigabyte SSD. I bought that about 10 years ago, and it was $200. So it's one of those things where it's like, this used to be stupid expensive. And then the other thing I was telling Will this is for my local nephew, I've decided his Christmas present is going to be a Miu Mini. I said I got a trim UI, but then but it showed up today and it was a Miu Mini, and then I was like, oh yeah, like they were almost the same price, but one was slightly cheaper than the other. So I got the Miu Mini, and I've got an SD card for it. So I'm waiting on the SD card and then I'll load it up. So I'm excited for that. Other than that, like I didn't really see too many good deals. I know my dad got a good deal on a 75-inch TV, so I think he's waiting on that to get delivered. They're cheap. They're cheap as fuck. You can get a 75-inch TV, like granted, like a lower end one for like $600 now.
Really?
He paid, yeah, because it has to do with panel size, where basically the screens are made out of panels, and they make the panels in batches. So it's like 6 panels together, and then they literally cut them, and then they're like, here's 6 TV screens. So so there's only a handful of manufacturers that make TV panels. And basically, they have all lockstep together been like, the new common size is 55-inch. That's what we're selling. And then it's 65, and now it's 75. So like all these TVs are just getting bigger and cheaper. Yeah, you can get an 85. So yeah, he got like a 75-inch. He basically got the same like QLED that I have, TCL, but with like a bunch of like the 144 hertz and all this extra stuff on it. He got a 75-inch of that for $1,000, and it's normally like $1,800.
I love it.
So yeah. So I know he got a good deal there, but I didn't really see too many crazy deals other than PlayStation. I think they had $50 or $100 off all their consoles, which is really good considering all the prices are going up on consoles for tariffs. But other than that, I wasn't seeing anything too crazy. You guys pick anything up?
I mean, if Steam purchases count, I think yeah.
I would say so.
Yeah, what'd you get?
Some of those games.
I picked up a few games, which we'll talk about later. But I picked up. I picked up Mirror's Edge because I used to play that on console, and the console in question is dead. So I haven't played that game in a long time.
Love
so
Mirror's
I bought
Edge.
that for like
Carl,
I think it was like $5.
Kyle loves Mirror's Edge as well.
Oh, that's
a great game. It's great.
I bought Played Up also for like $2. Was playing that with the Save Data peeps.
Is that good?
It's really good. We'll talk about that later.
I keep wanting to play it, but Will keeps saying no.
Oh, I played it.
It's very fun.
I think that's the one I played with Karen, and I really didn't like it. But maybe 2 people's not great. Maybe that's why.
Yeah, 100%.
Maybe you 2 people are not great.
Ooh.
Wow. Jeez.
Well, we hit on the truth a little bit too quickly there, didn't we? What else did you get, Karl?
I got this one. I bought Omicron: The Nomad Soul for $1.
Yeah, David Bowie.
That's a Transformers game. Yeah.
I thought about. I DM'd Chris. I was like, listen, what are the prospect of us playing this on stream anytime? He was like, virtually none. But if it's $1, then sure. So I bought it. I think it was less than. I think it was like $0.7. So that's in my library until forever now.
Hell yeah.
That was my Black Friday.
Nice.
Chris and I almost played Omicron when we were doing the Department of Games stuff. Yeah, that game's wild. I'll stream it with you, Karl. I want to Omicron. I want a David Bowie in you.
I want to Omicron.
My Black Friday purchases, technically the motherboard, RAM, and CPU, new CPU I bought for staggering $700, was a Black Friday deal. I got the RAM and I got the motherboard and CPU was that $450 deal for the Ryzen 9900X.
That's good.
And then I wasn't expecting to buy RAM, but all of a sudden it was like, hey, if you get this in this new motherboard, you need DDR5. And I was like, fuck. So I got 32 gigs for $200. I squeaked it in, which already the stuff I buy was up $50. So I'm glad I bought that. And then as far as video games, I bought all of the Prince of Persia games, the Xbox onwards ones. Except for it was this huge bundle. All of them were $1.99 except one of the later ones. I think the Lost Crown was like $22. So I just bought all the other ones except that one because that one's on Game Pass. So I was like, I don't need it right now.
That was really good. By the way, Lost Crown.
Yeah. But I'm buying these games cheap. I wasn't seeking to spend money on Prince of Persia games, you know.
Yeah.
And then I also picked up Metal Gear Solid Delta for, I think it was $30 on Amazon physical.
Yeah. Ooh. Saw that deal. That was a good deal. Yeah.
Yeah. So I can mail that to Ian once I finish it, so he can
actually.
Metal Gear his Delta.
You know, let's wrap up. I think I'm going to play 1 through 2. I'm going to play 1 and 2 first before I play.
Really? Okay. Yeah. It is technically the first one.
At some point. I don't know when I'm going to play those, but at some point.
Okay.
I was thinking about doing them on stream, but Saved It is already doing that. So.
Yeah, but they got a bear. You could not be a bear.
True. There's no way you're going to get less views though, so I can guarantee you that.
Yeah. I could do it in full cosplay, like full face camo and everything.
Ooh.
Every stream.
Jesus. And
the second one doesn't Raiden have like a skin tight suit the whole time?
Yeah. God,
I could wear one of those
so much.
Yeah. Well, really? Okay.
He's the worst Metal Gear character. Sorry,
we're not
my least favorite, I should say, not the morally worst Metal Gear character. Obviously, that would be
Big Boss.
One of them. I don't know. Big Boss kind of has some great ideas, to be honest with you.
Yeah. God.
Kind of might be on his side. Maybe Kiefer Sutherland. He's the worst. Is that it for the chit chat section? Oh, actually, I just want to show this off. I showed this off in the Discord, and audio listeners, you can go fuck yourselves. But I did pick up one of those. I want to stream myself
that's a cool fleshlight.
Making these. I'm not a big fan of fleshlights, to be honest with you. No, it's one of these little put together, make it into a Japanese, make French fries and hamburger meal thingies.
It's like
that I see on
gummies,
Instagram
right?
all the time. Yeah, but you like put it all together. You gotta it bakes like a little cake that you gotta cut open. I don't know.
Oh, so you actually make it? It's not just the pieces already made.
No, yeah, you do actually, like the instructions on the back, if you can see, are like cut the French fries up, roll out the dough, roll out the hamburger.
Oh, so it gives you like the gummy dough. Gotcha.
Yeah. So
that's fun.
I think I want to do that on stream. Maybe like have you be playing something in
cooking stream.
Yeah, do this picture in picture. It could be fun. It's a Tenoshi hamburger.
That'd be great.
I heard very strongly from both Sibylla and it was either Beck or Nova. I think it was Nova that these. Oh, Nova Tuna is there in the chat. That these taste horrible. So.
Ooh.
I'm in it for the experience.
Japanese gummies are pretty good though.
I think it probably tastes in line what I think it is, but not. It probably doesn't taste like a hamburger. I wish it did.
I don't think anybody would expect it to taste like that would be a problem if it did.
Well, maybe God expects it. And I know a guy who likes hamburgers. His name? Jesus Christ. Folks, video games.
Wow.
Landed it. Yep. There's only one set of footprints leading into our next section. That's right. It's video games.
Because God has abandoned us.
God has abandoned us. Speaking of Karl, go. Talking about video games.
Speaking of Mirror's Edge 5 seconds ago. Mirror's Edge.
Speaking of
on stream. Mirror's Edge is still really good. For hands up. For those who have not played, this is a game that came out in like 2008. It's an EA Dice or like Dice separately.
2008.
Yes, that's how old this game is.
I don't mean to interrupt, but this is the game that people point at, and I point at it too, where I'm like, hey, game graphics peaked with Mirror's Edge, and games have never. Games nowadays look as good as Mirror's Edge, but they do not look better.
Can you imagine
it's like
if Mirror's
like? You go ahead, little boy.
Sorry, I was trying to time it with the end of your sentence.
I was on a tirade. Please cut
Can you
me
imagine
off.
if Mirror's Edge came out today and how much they would be like, here's the map creator, here's our new map pack, pay for the downloads of our latest DLC of Mirror's Edge. Like, here's a new who hit the top rank of, here's the battle packs for the runners today. Oh,
the live action trailer.
God, it would be terrible.
Anyways, sorry for
it was just so good, gorgeous, like graphics and art style. Just
100%. Just visually, it's stunning. It's beautiful. The gameplay itself is so smooth. I was saying this the other day to a friend of mine who's like recently got into like, because he never really played that many games, so I've kind of been pushing him towards like different kind of games. And I've been telling him Mirror's Edge, I'm like, if you've ever seen any game with like any fluid movement, being like Dying Light, Ghost Runner, I'm blanking, but like any like first person shooter and there's
Beyond
good
White?
movement. Sure.
Isn't that like that? Isn't that a parkour game?
It's because of
it is.
I didn't play it, so Titanfall?
Neither did I. That's what. Yeah, Titanfall
with wall
good,
running.
good example.
There we go.
But yeah, that's because of Mirror's Edge, in my opinion. And no game did anything like it before it. No game has since. Some have attempted, but not quite to the same heights, I'll say.
Ooh, good pun.
And the sound design of the game. Thank you. And the sound design is just absurd. Like the most terrifying part of this game is falling off of the building, hearing the whoosh of the air gradually increase, and it's terrifying. It happens once and you never want to fall again. And it's like good. I want that to be like a thing. And like there are certain segments where like you feel people right behind you and you can't turn around and check or else you die. And it's like those are the moments where the game peaks, and it's so good. It has flaws because they were figuring things out, and this was supposed to be a franchise, which never happened. The combat in it is not great, but they kind of want you to do it in certain segments, and that kind of sucks. There's a boss fight in this game, which I actually ironically really enjoy. There are segments of this game that really don't work that well, segments that do. And then they tried to do a reboot, and that was like everything wrong with the game put into one big jumble with Mirror's Edge Catalyst.
Catalyst is pretty... well, Catalyst isn't it's a sequel. It's not a reboot.
No, it's a reboot. It's a completely separate thing.
Is it?
Nothing to do with
wow.
Yeah.
That's news to me. But I like Catalyst. It wasn't that bad. It's still fun to run around
7.
I personally didn't like it because it kind of... I had a lot of things which I loved about the first game, and they kind of went ooey gooey with it. And there are segments where they force you into combat, and I was like, okay, I feel like this is kind of not what we want to do here.
Yeah, I can see that.
But yeah, that's my Mirror's Edge tirade. Speaking of tirade, I got nothing. Nubby's Number Factory. Been playing this game a lot. I think you guys talked about it on a previous chat. I love this game. It's so fun. It's dirt cheap. It's made in like MS Paint, and the sound design is so clunky. I love it. It's so fun for those who haven't played it. You shoot ball hit thing explode, get points, don't die. The upgrade system is so good. The sound design is so good. The game is just addictively fun, even though it genuinely looks like it was made in like 2002. It's just absurdly... I was telling my friend the other day, like, this is genuinely like, I would say in my top 10 games of the year, and he laughed at me, to which I said, same. You're a fool.
It's a great game, and it's a slow as fuck year. So yeah, it's great.
It is fantastic.
It is, and the difficulty level is pretty interesting. Like the different Tony names are also pretty fun. I enjoy that game. It's very nice. And speaking of numbers, Played Up, we also mentioned previously, is pretty fun. It's It came out, actually, shockingly, it came out in like 2018, I think. It came out like a while ago. And it's essentially Overcooked. If Overcooked was a little bit more complicated, but also a little less complicated. The gameplay loop is you have a restaurant, and at the beginning of the day, you get to pick what dish you want to focus, like what the main dish you're cooking is. And you pick out the restaurant layout, meaning how much of it is kitchen, how much of it is floor. And this changes based on like the map kind that you choose. And then you start going, you have 15 days, I think, to finish the level, quote unquote. And then you start like looping. And at the end of each day, you get like kind of upgrades. So like you can get an extra stove, you can get an extra table, you can get an extra counter, you start laying out things in your kitchen, or you could upgrade each item and wait on it for another day. So like maybe you really need a stove, but what if you upgrade it and it turns to something better that you need? Or maybe you really need that sink, but if you upgrade it, you get a sink where you can wash 4 dishes at the same time. And then you can get different upgrades for your restaurant. Like let's say you focus more on elegant kind of restaurants. So people get a little bit more impatient, but you get to make more money from the dishes that you make. And this depends on the amount of decorations that you put in the restaurant after you pick that theme. It's very fun. We played it with 4 people. So 2 people in the kitchen, 2 people out getting dishes to tables. We almost killed each other. I almost murdered Jason. This was off stream. This was us playing on our own. It was great. We yelled at each other. It was fun, just as people would in these kinds of games. Played up. Great. Also made by Yogscast. And I didn't think they were making games anymore after their first flop, which is wild to me. Or like at least produced by Yogscast, I suppose.
Are those the racist guys or the non-racist guys?
So yes and no. It depends. Some of them were problematic and were kicked off the team, as much as I know. I have not kept up with them in a while.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
I've never heard of it.
That's all I know. That's my only context for that. Having never followed any of that, only just knowing the drama in this split.
Yeah,
that's it.
That was definitely a thing.
Oh yeah, when I click on Yogscast, it immediately says Yogscast controversy. So
soon to be subtitle.
British, disgusting.
Yeah, they are. That's true. Speaking of British and wanting to wash yourself after touching it, mouthwashing. Have either of you played mouthwashing before?
We played on stream.
We played it on stream.
Oh, you did, right? Well, this is so funny interaction about this game. Zach told me about this game ages ago, and I just never touched it. And then when I downloaded it, I was like, oh, dude, just want you to know, I bought mouthwashing for like dirt cheap because it was on sale. I was like, oh, hell yeah, tell me what you think. And I think after like the first hour, I messaged him. I was like, is this a horror game? And he was like, Karl, I thought you could have guessed that from the Steam page. I was like, you know what?
It's not. It's
more
of an atmosphere.
It's a little bit, yeah. But honestly, this is a perfect example of a game that's really good on its own. Just don't go near the fan base. Don't go on that subreddit.
What is the fan base doing?
So I'm going to say this to not spoil the viewer at home. Mouthwashing does mention sexual assault and things that come along with that. And the community has taken it upon themselves to ship said sexual assaulter with the sexual assaultee.
Yeah, that's messed up. That's messed up. That's really fucked up. Come on now.
And also,
but they're supposed to be together.
But that's also fuck that community, because at that point it's like the game very clearly is like, hey, this is something wrong and this is the bad guy, and the community's like, we're just going to ignore the main theme of the game and be a shitty little community, you know? Like it's fucked up what they're doing, but it's also fucked up that they're fan geeking in a way completely counter to the material that they are fans of.
It's like, did you play the game?
Exactly.
It's
oh my god.
It was like Zach told me don't go near the subreddit. I was like, yeah, sure, whatever. And then I got a notification randomly. Yeah, because I had to check, right? And at 5 minutes in, I was like, dude, I'm so sorry you were right. Apologize. Sorry I didn't trust you.
Sorry, I'll take my post down.
Yeah.
Leave the subreddit. I'll resign as mod. I'm sorry.
I didn't mind mouthwashing, but we played it on stream, and like that, the way. I should say,
it's not a stream game.
Yeah, it's not a stream game for us. Like, save data, you guys can get away with it because you just voice all the characters.
No, I would say period. I feel like that's a game where it's like turn off all the lights. You're in this experience. It's you and your emotions in this game, and that's it. You should not be
there were so many things I did not pick up on because we were streaming, and so when we got to the end and like we didn't quite get it, and then like Sabilla's telling us what it is and everyone's yelling at us, I'm just like, okay, well, I don't have anyone to blame except the game right now, so I'm just gonna say I didn't like this game very much. Because it's way easier. That's fair. It's still fun. I love that art style, for sure.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And the like glitch effects in between chapters. The first time it happened, I genuinely, no joke, thought my PC crashed.
Same.
And I was like, oh no,
the exact same thing. Yeah.
I pulled my phone. I was about to text David, be like, yo, dude, my PC's dying. What do I do? And then it went on. I was like, oh, video games. Okay.
And I'm a sucker for like out of order storytelling, but that's not revealed until later. So you like don't know it. I like that kind of stuff.
It's great.
Very good.
And to end off my section and hand it off, Pico Park 2. Have you guys played that game yet? I feel like I've talked about this game before on
no, David talked about it last week that you guys were having a lot of fun with it.
Yeah, it's I was editing the video of it. I was editing the video of us playing that on Extra Life. It is, first off, I just want to point out, I have never been as mad as I have, like on stream. I've never been angry, period. But that was the closest I've ever gotten, and it was because of Jason, known bastard man.
Good for him. Good for him,
dude. He was. I didn't know he was rage baiting until I was editing and I was seeing his webcam, and he was laughing his ass off as he was saying the mean shit. I genuinely lost my shit at some point and started yelling at him. Such a jokes aside, such a fun game and such clever level. There we go. Brace with me. Clever level. There we go. Design. For a game that was made like ages ago at this point. And the first game is free and not free. What was the thing that happened?
It's now free. Yeah, I forgot. Yeah. Wild.
Oh, is that the game that kept flipping the discounts?
Yes.
Yes.
So there's like a free version. There's like I guess this deluxe or remastered version of one, and then there's two.
Yes. Correct.
Very cool. Those sound like fun. Looking at Played Up now and hearing you talk about it, I distinctly remember Karen and I were like, this game's not great for two people. Like I didn't enjoy it, but I think now thinking back, I just remembered I didn't like it, but looking at pictures of it now, I think that's why. It's because it was just like me out front or her in the kitchen, and you couldn't get a ton of stuff done. Video games I've played this week, I have high dived back into Metal Gear Solid Delta, and by back into it means I'm starting it. It's great, fantastic fantastic game. It's great to be back in Snake Eater again, playing with the new control style, more of a third person action game than even you can play the legacy version, and then they redid what was it? Snake Eater Insurrection Subsistence was the updated version of Snake Eater they first did.
Right.
Yes.
So this is, you can play the original Snake Eater way, or you can play the Subsistence way, but the Subsistence way is a lot better now.
Yes.
And it's fun. It's just a good time. I keep going into like, I'm gonna be really good at this Metal Gear game, and then like you get spotted immediately, and it's just like, okay, reload the area. Like I don't want to get spotted. Got spotted. Reload the area.
But can't you just play it hot and heavy? I thought that's how Dan.
You can play it hot and heavy if you want to, but it's less fun in my opinion. But you can get out of those situations very easily. It's just like I love like trying to sneak through a whole area without someone seeing me. The boss fights has been a lot of fun. I'm playing on hard, which is kind of hard. But also, I've been looking stuff up about the bosses to do like the funny things with them. Like I'm very much thinking of getting up to the end fight and then putting the game down for 2 weeks so I can come back and he's dead.
Oh wow!
I just think I might do that. I just fought the Fear, and apparently the Fear has a camo costume. The Fear has a camo costume that makes him invisible. And it drains his stamina, so he gets hungry. So if you kill all the animals except for the poison dart frogs, he eats those and poisons himself to death.
I didn't know that.
Which is incredible. So I killed him that way.
That's awesome.
And then I put his because every time I go to change camouflage now, it's like, hey, this one's plus 60 points. And I'm like, holy shit. So I put it on. And when I put it on, I also ate some mushrooms and got like food poisoning in the game. And I had to clear up the food poisoning and all this sort of stuff. And then my stamina kept draining for like 20 minutes until I realized, oh, it's the fucking the fears camo. It drains your stamina to make you invisible, just like he did. And I was so mad at myself for that. And yeah, it's just so good. It looks so great. I forgot when the bosses die, they explode and yell their trait. Like the pain goes pain, and the fear goes fear. It's just like, what? Why are they exploding? There's zero. Like, what is happening? And just all the weird stuff of Metal Gear. I forgot how Snake talks. Just like, or every time you save, fucking paramedics like, hey, Snake, have you seen 007 from Russia with Love? It's a great film. I don't like any of that spy crap. And then Major Zero gets on. He's like, what do you mean you don't like James Bond? And it's just like, what is going on? Yeah, it's wild. It's fun, and it's nice to be playing Metal Gear Snake Eater.
What's your quick question? What's your stance on the boss fights overall being, well, you played on hard. I don't know how much of this affected you, but like overall the boss fights kind of felt shorter and a little bit underwhelming compared to the initial game. What's your stance on that?
Oh, you're comparing it to original Snake Eater? You're saying are easier?
Yes.
I think they're about the same in my opinion. Distinctly when I played through the games, I think I played through Snake Eater in like 2017, 2018. Snake Eater was the first of the Metal Gear series that I could play without a guide. Like I feel like I had a grasp on how the game worked. So I remember those boss fights being a little bit difficult, but overall, once you got it, fairly quick and easy. And I didn't remember how to fight the pain this time, so that took me a little bit. But the fear, I like specifically looked up because I was like, I remember defeating this guy really easily the first time I played the game, but now I like want to see what the funny way is. But yeah, I don't. It doesn't. It, you know what? I am playing on hard, and it does seem a little easy. I beat Ocelot really quickly.
Yeah.
Even though he killed me a bunch of times.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, I'm excited. You know, ask me when I play on European Extreme, and then I'll tell you.
All right.
How that one goes. I think that's you can't kill anyone and can never be spotted.
Yes.
It's European Extreme, which is wild and seemingly impossible. I don't know how they do that. Speaking of doing it, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, folks, this game's so good. It's so good, and I think I've analyzed why it's so good. And my answer is God gave his only son, Jesus. And Jesus was melted down, and the blacksmith turned Jesus into Oblivion. And when Oblivion came out, it's the perfect video game. And then the Pope took Oblivion, and he smashed it up, and he melted that down, and he gave it to Warhorse Studios, and they poured it inside of Kingdom Come Deliverance 2.
I'm going to reject that a little bit, and I'm going to say, you know what this is? This is all those janky Eastern European RPG games, but the first one that actually is like looks good and runs well and has working systems all together.
It's I've realized more and more it's everything I love, and I'm saying it is Oblivion, but it's everything I love about Oblivion in the Bohemian setting. And all that stuff. Like there's all the characters. It's that weird life cycle of like all the characters who just walk around and talk to you and stuff like that. There's all the mini games things to do. People have conversations in the streets, and like it just feels alive in a way that Oblivion also did to me.
Yes,
and just in a really cool way. And yeah, it just evokes me being younger, sitting in front of a CRT playing that game. That is the essence that it is invoking, and I'm I am slurping that up desperately, hoping it doesn't go away while I'm playing the game. It's really fun. It looks gorgeous. It plays gorgeous. It's just great, and I'm really enjoying it. I buried a bunch of bodies the other day. I had to help the gravedigger, the knacker, they call him. Which I didn't know. Oh, shut up. Don't even do that to me.
Wow.
I can't believe you just did that. I wasn't even close to associating that.
I'm not the one that said it.
Shut up. I don't know if that's where like having the knack to find something comes from, because it's spelled the same way.
It could be.
Because a knacker is someone who he picks up all this. Shut up, fuck up. He picks up all the dead animals off the roads and like buries them. And I'm like, what? Someone had that as a job? Like, you don't. That's like a thing I didn't think about. The medieval, roadkill crew was a real thing. So you do a bunch. You do gigs for him. Man. I just learned how to do blacksmithing, which is pretty fun. Mm-hmm. You're like, have to properly hammer out the blade, and your character whistles, and you can hammer to the tune of the whistling, and it feels really good, and sparks fly out, and it makes a ding when you do like a perfect. It's so good. It's a great game. Highly recommend it to anyone who hasn't played it. I'm excited to get more into it. The problem is I play like half an hour and I get really scared of dying, or like I get a little of like listening, like talking to people fatigue from that game, because it's a lot of talking. Yeah. And like it's good, but it's like I can't do something else while I'm doing it, which is chiefly what I usually try to do. So it's a very pay attention-y game, but I'm loving it. It's a great time. Speaking of great time, Karen and I have been playing Kingdom 2 Crowns. If you guys are familiar with the Kingdom games, they're like that side scroll where you're the person on the horse riding around. You were going to say?
I need you to describe this to me, because this is one of those games where I keep hearing the name and I have zero fucking clue what it is.
So Kingdom came out a long time ago, and I remember when that first came out because I thought it looked really cool. It's side scrolling. You are a lord. You have a little camp. You have a left side and a right side. You ride. It's like a 2D land. You're building up defenses on both sides. You're building up buildings, hiring, we call them homeless people, to work for you. You hire them to be builders and bow people. Archers, they are also known as. And then you can get farmers, and you get more coins from the farmers and stuff. And then they came out with Kingdom New Lands, which took the sort of basic concept that it was and expanded it a lot bigger and added more stuff to it. And 2 Crowns is the multiplayer version of that, where you can have 2 people on the same map together. It split screens
so
very
is it a
well.
Tower defense game?
Yeah, there's waves every night, but you're not setting up. You're basically one defense point at the edges. You're not like. You're killing them at that point. They're not whittling them down over time. So
it's more like a city builder, but with a slight wave mechanic.
Yeah, sort of like that. Yeah, I guess. You don't want them to come into your place at all.
Okay.
And then eventually you can. So Karen and I have been playing it. We played it a while back in May, and then we dropped it, and then we picked it back up, and I don't know what happened, but when we had finished it, we were like, hey, I don't think there's that much to do in this game. And then when we picked it back up, we were like, wait, there's like all this stuff we never did. Like I thought it was like auto-generating stuff, but it wasn't. So we restarted, and you can pick different settings. So we restarted in the Shogun setting because it's freaking sweet. And we've been having a great time. We sat on the couch for 4 hours, 3.5 hours last night playing it, and like time melted away. We got fighting off the bad guys. They're called the Greed. They steal your coins. You eventually build a boat on your island, and you go to the second island, then you build a boat, go to the third island, and you're basically, you get wood in the first one, then you unlock stone, and then I think we're on the third island. A fourth island is where you unlock iron. So it's really fun. I highly recommend it. It's on Game Pass. You can probably get new lands for fairly cheap. They're just really fun. They're really gorgeous. Fantastic soundtracks. Very, very good, chill, lo-fi soundtracks. I've had when Kingdom first came out, I think I bought the album like off the guy's SoundCloud, I think it was at the time. And it's just really good. It's like Toy Tree or something, I think is the artist. Very, very good. Very good. That's Kingdom New Two Crowns. And then briefly, I talked about this on Wednesday's stream. That was yesterday. My Analog 3D, it came. It's here. It's gorgeous, and I love it. And I'm slowly unplugging it so I can show it to you. It's perfect, and I love it, and it plays video games really well. And who doesn't like the N64? Who doesn't like it?
It's such a great look because it's a little bit smaller than the original, right?
Yeah, and it's like the very similar form factor. It's got this huge rubber mat on the bottom, so it doesn't go anywhere. It came with its own SD card. It's got all these ports in the back.
Full size.
Yeah, full sized. It's just so. I love it. Awesome. I've been playing games on it. I learned how to do the Mario skip, Bowser stair skip, while playing some Mario 64. Yeah, I'm a speedrunner. Nice. I'm a bit of a speedrunner.
I don't think so.
I've talked to the ladies. It's great. The weird thing I was describing to Ian is you're so used to emulators and other shit that do the internal resolution scaling on these games, like the NSO emulators and stuff like that, where this is still the same resolution of an N64, but it is upscaled afterwards to 4K and stuff like that and cleaned up.
Right.
Jeff Grubb, who I think stole it from someone else, put it a very succinct way, which is this is the N64 mid-gen refresh. If those existed back then, it is the best way to play N64 carts. If such a device were to come out back then, they just look so clean and crisp on a modern television. It's kind of wild. It's really cool. So, if you don't like N64 games, I don't recommend you purchase this. If you're buying this in the hopes of it being an open FPGA thing, I also wouldn't purchase this. I wouldn't purchase this over a Mister, if that's the route you're going to play multiple consoles and stuff. But if you happen to own this, or if you happen to own a lot of N64 games or an EverDrive, you like the N64 and you want to play more of those in the best way possible, highly recommend getting an Analog 3D. They're very cool. And then finally, I've been playing my Mister a bunch on top of my Analog 3D. I make them sit on top of each other and kiss.
Nice.
Ooh.
Okay, I'm out of breath now. Ian Gibson, tell me about your rocket.
Yeah, I've been playing a couple different games. The first one has been, hey, you guys remember Rocket League? You guys like Rocket League?
I have a love-hate relationship with the game.
What's your hate relationship?
I played it with my friends, and I was the annoying friend, but so that would blow people up in the game and not actually try to be good. And when I tried to be good, I would get angry because it was hard. So that's this is a personal issue.
Gotcha. I love that game when it came out. I played it a lot for probably a couple years there. Not in any serious fashion, but just always doing a match or two. But then I forgot about it for a while, and then I came across a YouTube video the other day that was talking about, it was one of those great YouTube videos where they're like, hey, there's this gaming niche and there was a competition and we need to talk about this weird strategy thing that happened in this game, you know? And basically they were just talking about how the kickoff strategy, Rocket League has a fantastic kickoff strategy where basically the ball starts in the middle and then both teams line up. There's different configurations of lineup, but it's randomized and both teams have the same mirrored configuration. And so it was literally just talking about high level tournament play and how there are different strategies for how to turn what feels like a toss up with the kickoff into something you can actually take advantage of. And how I think it was a tournament last year, like the top team, they almost lost in one of the early rounds, but then they turned out a kickoff strategy that was difficult to pull off. But when you pull it off, it almost guarantees a goal. and they just pulled it out. It was the first time they'd used it in tournament play. It surprised everybody, and it helped them win the entire tournament, basically. And so it was this like 15-minute video just talking about that, and I was like, man, Rocket League's fucking great, isn't it? So I've been playing a little bit of Rocket League. I showed it to my nephew, so we played a little bit, and I've been playing online. But I totally get what you're saying, Karl, because I can't play more than 2 or 3 matches because I get too into it. I'm like, it's like, Will, kind of like what you're saying with Kingdom Come Deliverance too, where it's like you have to fully pay attention to this game, and it's a sit on the edge of your seat type of game.
Yeah,
like it's still so fucking good. I used to be okay at it, and I'm slowly crawling my way back to that. But it's one of those games where like it feels like it has an endless skill ceiling. You know, it's very easy to play, but you're always like, I could do better. I could do better. I could do better. I could do better. And it's just so nice and easy to pick up and play. And they haven't changed it a whole lot. Like they've added a lot of content, but some of the changes they've made are, this was always kind of there, but it's so refreshing to go back into it, where they have all these training modes. And I think at some point in the past, they added community-made training modes. So the community will be like, you know, it's not like they're making their own maps, but they're like, hey, here's 20 weird ball placements, and your challenge is to dribble the ball between these within 3 seconds. You know, all these different training maps. But it's cool because when you queue up for an online match, while that is searching, you can also go load any training scenario you want to and be playing that training scenario. And then as soon as your match is ready, it just switches you into the real match. So like, it's just all these like weird little quality of life stuff that is just fantastic for an online game that you just want to pick up and play immediately. And even when you can't play it immediately because you're queuing for a match, they're still going to put you in the car and have a ball for you to bounce around and mess around with. So literally, I mean, yeah, I'm going to say this. I think it's the best sports video game ever made.
Whoa.
Like I'm struggling to find. I'm struggling to think of a better one, and one
Mario
that has
Golf
been
exists?
as well maintained over the years. Yeah, it's not as good as Rocket
Gran
League.
Turismo 4? I mean 7?
I don't actually want to get into this argument because I don't know that I can back it up. But the fact that I have to sit here and think about it is like, that game's fucking great, and it's still really good, and it's always going to be in my rotation in terms of like, oh, what's a game? Oh, Rocket League. Especially it went free to play a couple years ago. So even more reason for people to play it.
Shout out to them for actually naming it Rocket League. You remember what it was briefly called? Like, what was it, like Super Cars?
No.
Rocket? Something?
That was their first game. Rocket League is technically a sequel.
Oh, right. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah.
It should have been Rocket League of Legends.
But I was thinking about how when Rocket League came out and it took off, and one of the main reasons it took off was because it was on
Rockets.
I can't remember if it was PlayStation Plus that month or Games with Gold.
Yes, it was PlayStation Plus.
It was on that, but it was also only $20, and it popped off like immediately. Everybody was like, "This feels so good. This is so much fun," and everybody loved it. And it's just been loved like that and well taken care of since then. So shout outs to Rocket League.
Shout outs.
Another quick game I played. Look, guys, there's a new form of crack cocaine, and it's called Incredicer.
Oh, no.
To be clear, this is not a fantastic game. I don't even want to say this is a great game. But if you like incremental games, if you like idler games, this one is like $3 or $4. It just came out. We played the demo during Steam Fest. The idea is you're rolling dice. So you throw the mouse over dice and it gets rolled, and when it lands, if it's a 3, then you get $3, right? And then it just goes from there. You're buying more dice, you're making it be, when you roll a 3, it's actually $5, you know, and then there's a whole upgrade skill tree system. It probably took me about 2 or 3 hours to go through this entire game, but it's not an amazing game. I don't know if you guys have a genre or a game like this where you're like, hey, this game's not amazing. It's not even doing anything incredibly groundbreaking, but it is within this genre that I'm a sucker for, and it's doing just enough differently and doing it just well enough that I'm like, yeah, I'm going to sit here and play through this whole fucking game. Fuck you. You guys have any games or genres like that?
That's my first person open world RPGs. I think I talked about that. I beat Outer Worlds 2, and I was like, I'm such a slut for these games.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Any you can think of, Karl?
I'm trying to think. I don't know.
Spider-Man games?
I want to fight you on that. I'm not sure.
But anyways, yeah. So if you're into those types of games and you want to spend a couple bucks and a couple hours, Incredicer, INCREDICER is pretty good. Yeah.
Have you seen Tingus Goose?
Is that one of those? I heard that name today, and I thought it was just something dumb they were saying, where they were making a joke.
Fuck?
I'm gonna Google Tingus Goose right now.
I own it. I'm very excited to play it.
Is it?
It is
an idle game.
It is an idle game.
That's a hell of an image.
Yeah,
Nobody
that's a
told me it was an
pregnant
idle
person.
game. It's on my wish list.
Okay.
It's only $5 right
okay.
there, $5.94. So, just wanted you.
Another game I played is a little something called VFM. I talked about this earlier. I was lucky enough to get into the closed beta test for Virtual Fighting Maneuvers, which, folks, is the standalone sidequel to VTOL VR. And what I mean by that is VTOL VR is the greatest flight sim and the greatest VR game ever made. Literally no fucking competition. That's
Can't
it,
argue.
period.
Can't argue.
Problem is, it has a big problem, though. It's a PC VR game, which means in order to play it, you have to have a headset. You have to have a PC that's capable of playing it, and you have to have a headset that connects to the PC either wirelessly or wired. And there's a lot of people who are not able to do that. There's a lot of people who don't have gaming PCs. And the number one, honestly, market and capability and quality headset on the market right now is the MetaQuest 3. And if you buy a MetaQuest 3, you can't play VTOL VR. You also need a gaming PC plus your Quest 3 to play it. So long story short, Boundless Dynamics, the creator of VTOL VR, has secretly been working on something that I revealed a couple weeks ago, which is called Virtual Fighting Maneuvers, and it runs standalone on the headset like a MetaQuest 3. You can also get it on PC if you want to. And it's actually very smart because it is not VTOL VR. You can't have the entirety of VTOL VR running on a headset like that. But it's literally just are you guys familiar with the concept of the merge in like aerial dogfighting? So the concept of the merge is basically it's mostly used during training, but it's also used in a lot of online games and sims. But the idea is, how do you make an aerial dogfight match fair, right? Like, you can't start with one person behind the other person because that gives them the advantage. So the idea behind the merge is that both planes fly at each other and they pass by each other. And when they pass, that's when the fight starts. So you're both starting on an equal footing. So it's used a lot in training, real world, and sim.
Why can't you start facing each other?
No, that's what you are. You're facing each other, but the idea is you're not allowed to maneuver or shoot until you have passed each other. So the merge is you are heading towards each other to merge, and as soon as you merge, as soon as you pass, like not literally wingtip to wingtip, but as soon as they are passed by you, right or left,
I more
that's
meant
the merge.
Why is the merge strategy, and you might know the answer to this, why is the merge strategy better than starting them far away, like 100 meters
because
back
if they start
coming at each other?
Because the idea is VFM
you could
is
kill
a
the
play
other person
on,
too quick.
It's that, and you would rely on your missiles, etc. And you do want to be trained on your missiles, but VFM is a pun on BFM, which means basic fighter maneuvers, which is basically like you're within gun range. How do you get on their tail? How do you lose them off your tail? How do you do rolls, etc. Cool. Yeah. So the merge is a way to set up that fight fairly, basically. So the cool thing about VFM is that it has bots. It also has players. It has unranked. It has a ranked system, and literally the idea is there's 3 planes. They're very similar to VTOL planes, but there's not complicated systems. You just have guns and missiles and a radar. You don't start the plane up like you do in VTOL and whatever. And you hop into a match. It's up to 4v4 bots or people. And the match just starts, and it's like a Counter-Strike round-based match where it's like you start the match, you're flying towards the enemy team, and it's like 10 seconds to the merge. You do the merge, and then you're trying to shoot down the other planes without getting shot down. And then it's like Counter-Strike round-based in that, like, when you get shot down, you wait until only one team is left, basically. Right. And then the round ends, and then it does a 3D replay of like Ace Combat style 3D replay where you can watch it and be like, oh yeah, I got the move on him, but I didn't notice there was a guy behind me, you know? And here's the thing that's crazy about it. This is the craziest fucking thing, right?
Uh-oh.
This is the craziest thing. I've played a decent amount of flight sims. I've tried, I would say, maybe 10 different flight sims on VR, either PC VR or MetaQuest VR. Every single one of them feels like dog shit. Like the flight model feels fucking terrible. Like a lot of times they try and hold your hand so you're flying and you can tell like you got your hands on my shoulder. You're not letting me actually maneuver the plane. Like you're forcing me to fly properly, basically. Playing VFM feels fucking incredible. It feels just like VTOL VR, which is crazy. Like he ported it over to a different platform. It's a different game. It's running on the headset and on the PC. And you can tell because a lot of the capabilities are stripped down, but it looks the same. The graphics are just the same, which they're not amazing, but they look good enough. And the flying feels so fucking good, folks. Like, it's like, holy shit, it didn't take that much, but we finally have a good fucking standalone feeling flight sim on the VR headset. And so I know I talk about VTOL VR a lot, but it's one of those things where we could have amazing VR games. And the problem is not the hardware. For the longest time, the problem was the hardware. The hardware was not good. Even all the way up until, I would say probably, I don't know, Rift S is probably when the hardware got good enough to be like, okay, I could play a game on this. But then we were not getting good games. We got Half-Life Alyx, we got VTOL VR, we got Boneworks. I mean, that's pretty much it. Rec Room was good mostly because it's free. But there's too much shit out there. Like, people are just not making good VR games. And so when one of these comes out and it's like, oh shit, somebody actually understands what VR is and how to make a good one. Like, I can't fucking wait for this game to come out of beta. I'm going to buy it. I'm going to play it just the same as if I don't have time to like spend 20 minutes playing VTOL VR, I know I can put on the headset within 3 minutes, be flying a match and have some fun that way. So hell yeah. That's awesome. Virtual Fighting Maneuvers. This last game, Seance of Blank Manor. Have you guys heard about this?
Yes.
I have.
So this is Blueprints, but if it was good. This is
okay.
Yeah, it's a bad game. This is Return of the Obra Dinn.
Don't engage, Karl.
But with a lot more, I don't want to say linear, but it's Return of the Obra Dinn, but as a murder mystery with a strict timeline and set in a Irish manor hotel in the I think it's the end of the 19th century. So the basic premise is that you're a detective. You've been called out to this manor. You show up at the manor. I think there's like 15 or 16 people there. And they're like, hey, there's a seance. It's tomorrow night, and you have somebody's gone missing. You've got 48 hours to go around and explore the grounds and kind of discover clues. And that kind of starts to fill out some words that you can use and kind of like this crime-based flow chart. And you talk to people and some people have their own little mysteries where it's like you're trying to basically eliminate people as suspects. And a lot of times that involves solving a mystery either of that person or for that person, where the person's like, oh, I won't be a suspect anymore, but you've got to help me out with this. Or it's like, oh, this person's suspicious, I'm going to look into them. Oh, it turns out they are suspicious, but it's for this other reason, nothing to do with the crime that I'm investigating. Yeah. So I played a couple hours of it. It's pretty good. If you're into Obra Dinn, if you're into one of these games where you're kind of going around a place and trying to solve clues and understand the place and the people that are in it, it's definitely got some golden idol in it as well, because kind of I don't want to say the core of it, but at the end of like trying to solve a mystery or solve a person, you're picking words and pieces of evidence and putting them in slots, blank said blank and therefore did blank type of stuff. But yeah, it's very, very good. I think unfortunately it's the Outer Worlds 2 problem. It's the Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 problem, which is I'm just not in the mood for one of these games right now where you walk around and explore space and talk to people. Right. But it seems really good from the hour or two that I played it. So definitely check it out if you're into one of those.
Have you
Did you
No, I'm going to change subjects.
Karl's the guest.
I'm going to change subjects. So
Tie to the guest.
Did you, because you said you played for a few hours, did you get to a puzzle because Zach played this on stream and he got to a puzzle and it was a bit infuriating to watch, where there's like a door and you're figuring out things on the. Did that happen at all?
No, I don't think I got to that puzzle.
All right.
No.
Well, Zach's an idiot, so.
You heard it here first. Well, you didn't hear it first.
You didn't. Yeah, you heard it from him, the horse's mouth. I was going to ask: Are you employing? I know you very well, and you're not employed. But are you employing any sort of diagnostic methods to find out what game you do want to play?
I need you to describe what do you mean by diagnostic methods?
I feel like this is prime Ian territory to make some sort of spreadsheet and or code out some sort of machine to give you a random game, and then you give it a rating scale on how much you're vibing with it right now, and it'll recommend another game that's different enough to maybe find the thing you're looking for.
Oh. No, because I think the problem is I don't know what I want right now. Because honestly, if we could talk about it real quick, I've got Nintendo vouchers, so I was like, I'll play Metroid Prime 4 today. Never got around to it. Not sure if I'm going to. I don't know why. I do want to play the game. It sounds like it's fantastic, but for some reason I can't get myself to do it. I got Despalote. I was gonna play that. Still haven't. I installed it. Haven't played it. Absalom looks good. A lot of people raving about it. Love to try it. Haven't. I bought it and installed it. There's that Suntory game. I'm just in a weird funk where it's like there's so many games I could play. They're all different. All of them appeal to me in some way. Yeah. But instead, I'm just gonna I don't know. I guess I'll play a little bit of Rocket League or something, or.
Well, the other thing is like, are you in the
fuck?
Because that happened to me earlier this year where I just wasn't in the mood for a video game. I think that's the week where I just read a bunch. Or watch movies a bunch. Like, is it? Or do you think you're in the mood for a video game, or you just want to wait until you want to play a video game? Because I kind of like the idea of you finding what you want to play right now.
Yeah,
but
I think part of the problem is there is pressure of GOTY's coming up at the end of January for us, which means we got 2 months basically to start playing a lot of these games. And there's no obligation to play all of them, but I also feel guilty if I miss this year's GOTY and I play it 2 years from now and I go, oh shit, that game's so good, I should have played it at the time. So there is a little bit of a pressure, and my response to the pressure is to just absolve myself of any responsibility,
Yeah,
I don't know. I'm not, and to your question, I'm not distracted by anything else. It's not like I'm like, I want to read this week. I'm literally sitting here just doing jack shit for hours on end each day.
Listen.
I'm just in a do nothing mood.
I'm trying to think of my shit games this year. You need a Dungeon Lords or a something.
Ooh.
Just to take your mind off it for a bit.
Scratch that itch.
I mean, that's
for
helping.
A couple hours. I told you. Maybe it's Valheim. We were talking about playing some Valheim. Maybe it's just Valheim, baby.
Void Train, Planet Crafter.
I don't know. Yeah, Planet Crafter. I heard iffy reviews about Void Train. I heard it kind of falls apart.
Did you? Okay,
so,
wait.
There's trains.
I have an idea for you. Did you see Lumines or Lumens? I don't know if you played that or not.
Oh, Luminous?
Yeah, however you want to pronounce that.
The correct
Luminous
way?
Arise? No.
the new one, yeah.
It costs money. I don't want to
that costs money, Karl.
I'll play it eventually, but...
Because I remember you saying you enjoy Tetris Effect at some point in your life. Or am I
do, yes. But my biggest problem with Tetris Effect is that I paid $60 for it. So I'm excited to play. I'm excited to play Luminous Arise when it's on Game Pass or something. I'm not going to pay $60 for that.
Fair.
Oh, I think
I mean, hey, you guys are under no obligation to help me solve this. I'm just in a weird little funk. But we'll just, I don't know. You know what the problem is? I tried to play OpenTTD. I played too much of it this year. Even that's not getting me out of the funk. So
yeah,
even trains can't help me right now.
I'm in a weird space where like I started Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. I finished Outer Worlds 2, which is great. I realized I didn't talk about that. I 100% turned on that game. I hate it. And it's not, I don't hate it. It's just like,
gotcha.
It's just, I was eating a cracker, and now I'm eating a feast.
The crumbs.
So it's like, I was like, I gotta want to finish this
Kingdom Come Deliverance
gross
2.
Cracker that I've been eating, so I can continue eating this feast. And nothing against Outer Worlds 2. It's just so much more of the same, and it just pissed me off towards the end.
Did you like the first game?
I like the first game. I didn't think the first game was that great. The DLC to the first game I thought rocked. There's one of those like something from Gorgon that was really good, and I really enjoyed that. And then just 2, I don't know, it just wasn't fun. And they did a lot of dumb shit. I hate when like you're the most important person, I think, is the other problem.
Right. Yeah.
Because like even like Fallout New Vegas and stuff like that, like you're not just the most important person. You're a normal person who's doing great things, but I keep being like the most important person, and it's kind of annoying. But where was I with that? I don't remember. But yeah, so then I fired up MGS Delta, and now I have Metroid Prime 4 to play, and I'm like, oh, like there's so much, and I want to start all of them, and my problem is like I need to sit and finish the ones I've already started and not start to, and the Mister and stuff. I'm like, what if I just started a JRPG or something else on the side? What if I play through Mario 64 now, or do another Ocarina of Time run? And it's like, no.
You know what? Sorry, I was getting a little emotional because you were asking me if I was doing something else in the meantime instead of playing video games these last 2 weeks. And I did, unfortunately, this evening. General Robert E. Lee did surrender at the Appomattox Courthouse in the Ken Burns The Civil War documentary, which I realized I have watched 8 episodes of that now in the past week, which is like 11 hours because they're like an hour and a half each, you know. So that is what I have been doing lately. Now that I think about it, it's just watching the Civil War documentary, watching the Napoleon documentary, and watching 30 Rock, and then watching movies.
What's the line?
So yeah, I guess I have been doing that.
He looks so cold. He looks so grand. I wish he were ours. Because people love Robert.
It's good.
Robert E. Lee, so
we got one episode left. I'm pretty. I no spoilers, but I think Lincoln's about to be shot. They keep talking about this. Keep talking about this Willie Booth guy, and they keep being like, he's real close to Lincoln. He was just down the street, and I'm like, does it matter? Why did you say he's got a why did you talk about this John Wilkes Booth guy and how he's at Lincoln's inauguration with a pistol in his pocket? What does that got to do with it? So no spoilers, okay? No spoilers.
They ironed out the slavery issue, the states' rights.
They did. Kind of legally, but culturally, no. That took another 100+ years. To iron that out culturally.
Slightly tangent of that, I've been watching the Darkest of Dan's Blight Club, which has Civil War and like Custer's Last Stand stuff. And every time Dan shoots a Native American, he goes, "I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. Like, I shouldn't be shooting you. I'm so sorry."
I feel like I've played that game and it's not that bad. It's kind of fun in a bad way.
Yeah, he's definitely playing the Xbox 360 version that just runs bad. And it's like really terrible. But yeah, I remember being so excited for that game. Because like OXM, I think, covered it a bunch. I was so excited. Anyways, that's it for video games we've been playing this week. Man, a lot of video games we've been playing this week. Which means it's time to talk about the video games we haven't been playing this week. That's right, folks. We're going to talk about the video games of 2018, just 7 years ago. 7 years, guys. What were you doing 7 years ago? I was 8 7 years ago, which is crazy. I don't know how that math works. But I was. For those of you who don't know, 2018 was 17 years after 2001 Space Odyssey took place. It's also when people died and people lived. And it was an incredible year. There's the Game Awards that year.
Question. Sorry.
Yes.
Joke just came to my mind. Do you think this joke has already been done, which is 2001 A Space Odyssey has a lot of fantastic imagery in it and a lot of transitions with things flying. Do you think somebody's already done a fan edit of its 2001 A Space Odyssey cutting into 2001 9/11
I would assume it would be 2 monoliths that the Discovery ship is crashing into.
It's the bone. Because the bone goes into the spaceship, but it's the bone and it becomes the plane. Somebody had to have done that joke by now.
I will point out that 2018 is the year that we lost some greats, including Stan Lee, Rip to the King. Right. Elder abuse is never cool. And we lost Steven Hillenburg, the creator of SpongeBob. Yeah.
Bad.
Anyways, let's talk about what we think the game of the year that year was. I'll go first. I got some shout outs. I've got Into the Breach. Fantastic game. Been playing that a lot this year on my Switch too. Celeste, a game whose soundtrack I've never heard. Someday I would like to listen to it. It would be great. I'm looking forward to that. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Everybody's here. It's funny. I was putting this list together and I wrote Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, and I was like, "Wait, that's not the 3DS Wii U one, is it?" And it's not. But I was like, there was a second there where my ears got confused, and I was like,
"Oh yeah,
I don't want to remember the 3DS."
Oh, that was 2014, I believe.
Can't believe it was that. That one was so forgettable.
Can we just real quick? Can we talk about? I have to talk about Ultimate's a great game. Do you guys remember its reveal trailer during a Nintendo Direct? Let me describe it to you because it was
yes,
it was one of the greatest moments in like video game marketing history, right? So leading up to this, what's the guy who makes Sakurai? Up to that point, Sakurai had said this, and everybody believed that he was done with Smash Brothers, that there was not going to be another Smash Brothers. And then they do a Nintendo Direct. The Nintendo Direct has stuff in it. Then it has a big chunk of Splatoon stuff.
Yes.
Like where it's literally just like, I think it was Splatoon 2.
I think so.
Yeah, it's probably 2 at that point. And it was like 2018, I think that would have been Splatoon 2. Well, anyways, it was one of the Splatoons, and they were like, here's a bunch of Splatoon stuff, and they did all this stuff, and then it goes back to the main guy, and the guy's like, oh, one more thing. And then it goes back to it, and it's Splatoon boy, Splat boy, and Splat girl, and they're just going and shooting at each other. It's like, oh, it's more Splatoon stuff. And then it zooms out, and they're in a white room, and then it starts to darken, and Splat girl turns, and the camera zooms in on her eye, and there's something in her eye, and it's the fucking Smash logo in the sky! Woo! And it was like, holy shit!
Oh, it was so good.
I was literally crying. It was insane how literally the greatest moment in video game marketing. Jesus. I lost my mind.
That was insane. What just happened?
Masterful.
Oh my god!
I gotta watch it again after this.
Oh my god! Good. Jesus. What are you on? I'll take 4. Jesus. I don't know how you did that.
It's so good. It's so good.
Anyway, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate Game of the Year 2018. There's not much more to say, folks. It's just... It has to be. Okay. Well, let me follow that up with Hollow Knight. Came out that year. It's not very good. No, it's okay.
I hate you.
I played it. I beat it this year.
Oh, Hollow Knight. Oh, sorry. For some reason, I heard Shovel Knight, and I was like, I heard those were good.
William,
yes,
are you sure Hollow Knight was in 2017?
Oh, was it 2017? Because then I will.
I'm relatively sure.
To your credit, while you look this up, Wikipedia. We usually use Wikipedia for our released in this year, but they will also list ports as the Wii mobile port of that came out this.
Yeah. We all get caught in that sometimes. Good. Thank God I didn't have to include it. There's another one on here that I don't remember what it stands for, but I'm sure it stands for something cool. AWO, whatever you are, shout outs to AWO. And then Oberdin.
It's Assassin's Weed Odyssey.
Hey man, you want to go back in time? Assassin's Weed Odyssey, one of my favorite Mario games. And then, but I think my game of the year, I was a bit. Oberdin, also Oberdin, fantastic. I was on the fence.
A Way Out.
A Way Out. Thank you. A Way Out. Not that great game, but the it's a great game, but not that great. It is the kernel and seed idea that created the marvelous video game that is It Takes Two, which is just a masterpiece of co-op video gaming. So that's why it gets a shout out here. But I think Red Dead Redemption 2 is going to be my nominee for Game of the Year 2018. I got TB Sister. I got it from beating a man to death over a couple of dollars. It's just a fantastic video game. It has some sins of Rockstar's past game design in it that we can all acknowledge. There's a lot of horseback talking, which ain't that great, but just a game you can get lost in for a very long time and have a blast in. To take the first game and to tell like what is probably an even better story from that amazing story that is already in the first game to like be a prequel to that. It's just so good. I'm so sad that online never took off because it would have been great to see what they would have added to that game. I think we'd have cars by now. I think we would. I think there'd be cars in that game.
Oh, because it does take place in like the 18.
Yeah, there is a
90s,
car in it,
right?
or it's Red Dead Redemption 2 or 1 starts with a car, I think. But I think the online would have been like it's a marvel that there's a car, not like it's actually a car. A modern marvel. Yeah, Red Dead Redemption 2. It's a perfect video game. I'm not super strongly on it being the game of the year that year, but it's just I think it has to be my pick. I like it so much. Karl, speaking of liking things, what's your shout outs and your nominee for Game of the Year 2018?
Well, shout outs are Insomniac's Spider-Man, because that was, for me, finally we had a good Spider-Man game after so many years. Assassin's Creed Odyssey, because we finally got a good Assassin's Creed game after so many years. I don't like Origins.
Okay.
I'm conflicted on shouting out Among Us, because technically this game came out in 2018, but it popped off in 2020, so it gets a light shout.
A little toot.
Was it really out that long before it popped?
Oh, yeah. It took a while for it to pop.
That's wild. I didn't know that.
Hades came out in 2018, right? I'm not crazy for that. I feel like it came out later than that, but I feel like...
No, it did.
Early access,
that was 2020.
You know what? It might be early access.
Maybe early access.
Right?
Which you could count.
Taking that off the thing. Subnautica, because that was huge.
Yeah.
Like that has to be mentioned. I don't know if it we're not counting this, but I just want to say it. The Shadow of the Colossus remake. We can move on.
As soon as I saw that, I went, "Oh, Karl's gonna pick that." But wait, this is a brief aside. Is that remake good?
Yes.
Okay. Like I played the original.
Best way to play the game.
Is it worth me playing the original again, or just playing the remake? If I've never played the remake.
For quality of life, I'd say remake. But if you're down to play the game the way it was originally made, I'd say play the PS2, because now you can emulate it on more than 15 FPS because it's not a fucking PS2 anymore.
Yeah.
So I feel like you can do either or. Into the Breach, like you said, Overdone, like you said. My game of the year, personally, has to be God of War 2018. Because what happens when you take a franchise that was already, huge, right? Everyone knew of God of War back in the PS2, PS3 days, and then you let it die out for a few years. And then, Ian had his moment with Super Smash. When God of War was revealed, it was absurd. The pop in the crowd when they saw Kratos walk in with the scars. People lost their shit. People went crazy. The game came out.
Like that first music.
Yeah,
hit.
and then they saw his tattoo things, and people were like, "Is that God of War? It's God of War!" And people were losing their shit. The game came out. It backed up all of it. Personally, it's in my top 5 best games ever made. That's me personally. I adore this game. I cried at the end of this game, at the middle of this game. I still listen to bits of the soundtrack and get emotional. I adore this game. To me, this has to be. This is my pick. Is what I'm saying.
It's very good. Ian Gibson.
Yeah, 2018 felt like a year with a lot of good games, but few like great games. So it was hard for me to go through this list, but I've got a lot of shout outs. Astrobot Rescue Mission. Wanted to shout out to that as the first Astrobot game. It's also like one of the few, I was talking about it earlier, one of the few great VR games that is actually like, hey, we're going to take full advantage of VR, especially, you're viewing the level from above, but you have to like physically move around to see the collectibles that you're looking for, etc. Overcooked 2, fantastic game. One of the best couch co-op games of all time. Dead Cells, incredible, like side scroller, beat 'em up, roguelike. Just it felt like it got in there. It wasn't. It was kind of. I would say at the early period of the revival of side-scrolling roguelikes. There's a lot more of them shortly after Dead Cells. It's not like Dead Cells was the first, but in retrospect, it feels like Dead Cells and Rogue Legacy are like the two that really survived the test of time across the wave of them that came through. And I don't really usually play those games. They don't hook me. Dead Cells is the only one that ever hooked me. Very, very good. Spider-Man. It's a shame about the puddles, but that game is fantastic. It's also like that game got so much hype and there was so much expectation and it lived up to it and it got the things that it needed to get right. It got them right. It got the web swinging right, had a great combat system, had a pretty good story, had a great open world. There were so many ways that they could have half-assed that game or made it not as great as they did. And it's not a perfect game, but just a very, very solid game. Subnautica as well. This is well in that territory, well in that time frame of 9 out of 10 video games released are survival crafting games. And Subnautica is a survival crafting game, but they did it underwater, and it's just weird. There's also like a story in it. Like if you remember, like there's actually like a story, like you can play it at your own pace, but they're like, hey, you should probably go over here now, and you go over there and you get more of the story. So they were doing a lot of fantastic stuff with Subnautica. Sea of Thieves, man. Sea of Thieves maybe the game that maybe the most game that I want to love more than it actually deserves / most disappointing game that I love, because it's got problems, but the core gameplay is so good, but there's just enough around there and enough friction and poor implementation. But at the same time, like best water, like great ship to ship combat, just a lot of fun. Great game there. Detroit Become Human. I played this game not in 2018. I played it a couple years later, probably like 2020 or 2021. I think this is the only David Cage game that I've played. This game got, do you guys remember how much shit this game got before release?
Yes. Yeah.
And in the words of Kojima, y'all should be ashamed of your words and deeds, because like I was thinking about this with the whole horses controversy that's happening right now. So I'm going to really paraphrase this, but basically Detroit pre-release trailers, one of the things they showed was a little girl being like verbally abused by her father, was the way the trailer showed it. And there was a visceral reaction. People were like, how dare you show this? How dare you have this in a video game? That's disgusting. And even people being like, in the games industry being like, I'm a father. I have a little girl. How dare you do this? And I was sitting there being like, how the fuck can you act like video games are art, but then get upset when they try and tackle complex subjects? The game's not out yet. We don't know if it's going to tackle this properly or not. Yeah. But the idea of acting like this subject is completely taboo to video games, period, is just bullshit. Like, even if they don't land it, they should at least be allowed to try and tackle this subject. And it turns out Detroit Become Human is not a fantastic game, but it is doing interesting stuff in there. It is a unique game. It is tackling interesting topics in interesting ways. And I'll just spoil the little girl thing. Like I can't remember if it was actually a surprise in the game, but basically what it is that the little girl is a robot that it was the husband and wife. I believe they were having problems in their relationship. They couldn't have a kid, so they got the little girl robot, and then the mom, and it didn't solve anything, and they were still having problems in the relationship, and then the mom died of cancer. So it's this like horribly depressed, abusive father who is stuck with this like robot child that reminds him of his dead wife and the kids they could never have. And it was like, that's actually a great fucking storyline, right? Like, it's not perfectly done, but I am glad they have a little kid, quote unquote, getting abused in this video game, because it let them do this storyline, which is very interesting, you know?
Yeah.
So anyways, it's worth shouting out. That is a really good game from 2018. Wreckfest, fucking great racing game, very unique as well. Tetris Effect is like the best Tetris game of all time.
Yep.
It's not game of the year material, but it is very, very good. And then Just Cause 4, man, I just got to shout out. That's one of my cozy comfort games of just like, this game's a solid 8 out of 10. It's so much fun to play. I probably have like 40 hours in that game, just not even playing the story, just literally running around the world, just messing with stuff. It's great. But my game of the year pick for 2018, it has to be, I don't think it's a perfect game. It's got flaws, but it's got to be Red Dead Redemption 2. It was a bit of a weak year, and that is a very good video game that is very different from everything else that came out that year, and is still, I mean, it's the best Rockstar video game ever, right? Like the only one close to it is GTA 5, but
I think so.
Not as good as.
I mean, I really like Red Dead Redemption, but yeah, I think 2's better.
2's better because 2 is pretty much 1, but more and better. Yeah.
See, I'm of the minority. I think the best Rockstar game was Bully, but we don't have to do this right now.
I never played.
But Bully's not an open world.
It is.
It is. I guess
it does. It is a little bit. Yeah. It's a small world, but yeah. So Karl,
it's the smallest map ever.
I have problems with Red Dead Redemption 2 as well, and it sounds like you do. What are your problems with the game?
It's the same problems that I have with Far Cry 5, and that they did. This is gonna sound stupid. I feel like they did too much in some sense, to where it got in the way of me playing the game in a sense.
Yes.
It's still a great game. Like there's so much but I just it wasn't for me. I loved the first game. Absolutely adored the first game, and the zombies mode. Adored the first game.
Oh,
this one just did not land for me.
Yeah.
Gotcha. No, that's fair. It's a lot of systems, and some of them are not working, and their mission design is still a lot of like, we don't care, it's an open world game. Our mission is you have to hit these checkpoints in this order, doing these exact actions.
Yeah.
But that being said, just looking at the rest of these games, I'm like, there's not anything that comes close to the amount of success and uniqueness that Red Dead Redemption 2 has.
You take Red Dead over God of War, is what I'm hearing.
Ian hates God of War.
Yeah, because I don't hate God of War. It's just I played God of War and I was like,
he doesn't like the Sonification of video games.
Actually, yeah, that's pretty much it. I was fun with the gameplay of God of War, but I hate that all the fucking Sony first party games, all the cutscenes, all the stories, all the characters are just that same fucking, we're serious now, and we've got a gray world with emotional people in it. Now watch me squeeze through this rock, and here come, okay, now you can do stuff. Like, the gameplay's great. It's the wrapper that it's in. I hate that Sony wrap. It's like MCU, where all those movies now just look and feel identical. All the Sony games just have that identical look and feel.
Please don't get me started on Fantastic Four. I already took a one stream. Okay. Oh.
Yeah. But we do, if you remember, Karl, it sounds like it's going to be Red Dead Redemption 2 for Game of the Year, but you do get to have God of War as a superlative.
Karl almost swayed me. I was seeing which way Ian was blowing. I wasn't expecting you to go Red Dead Redemption 2, to be honest with you.
But I think the big thing is like for me, something being unique and doing something that a lot of games are not doing, and doing that very well. God of War is cribbing notes from a lot of different games, and it does them very well. But at the core of it, it has a great story, but it really is just a third person action game. A great one, yes.
Yeah.
But then Red Dead Redemption 2, what it's doing, you can't really find that anywhere else to that level.
But my problem is, I think God of War is a better reinvention of the franchise than Red Dead Redemption 2 is a sequel to Red Dead Redemption.
I actually disagree with that. And this comes from somebody who, I never played any of the God of War games. I played a couple hours of the new one. And God of War to me was a series that was always like rock and roll, old mythology. Like I saw footage of God of War 3, I think it is, on the PS3 the other day, and he's like Shadow of the Colossus going up this giant guy, and like the guy's holding out his arm, and it's like, that's fucking cool, and that's unique, right? Like that's a really cool action beat 'em up on Greek mythology and all this stuff, and then God of War Modern One is just like, we're gonna take that and we're gonna kind of strip all that cool character away and just slap the Sony slapdash on top.
Well, I mean, you climb a giant guy several times.
You do.
But it's not rock and roll cool. It's not like flames out your ass. It's not like, it doesn't have the same like style and pizzazz that made the original God of War games unique.
I do disagree with that point though, because that's kind of the point of that arc in a sense, and that the original, like, I wanted to say trilogy, but there's like 15 different original God of War games. But those like hack and slash top down games, the whole point was guy mad for good reason, guy kill people that make mad. And then at the end of it, hey, spoilers for a fucking 15-year-old game. But at the end of it, he's like, this wasn't worth it. What the fuck did I just do? This is just unsatisfying, and disappears for decades, hundreds of years. In comes 2018. Hi, I managed to very, very barely settle down. I hate my child because he reminds me of the only person that I ever allowed myself to love. And now I have to go bury that person with this child that I don't have a relationship with because I don't want it. And then shit happens, and there's the whole commentary undertone of guy was mad, guy isn't mad anymore. Can he still be this new person or not?
And that story's great, but the problem is it looks identical to Last of Us. It looks identical to Naughty Dog. I mean, to Uncharted. The problem is it's not the story. It's that the, like, the cinematic presentation of that game and the style is no longer unique. They put it in their portfolio.
I see, it's the thing where I kind of get what you mean, but I also kind of don't.
But
because I know
GTA,
what you mean.
like, isn't also unique. Like, I mean, Rockstar's been making the same game. It's the same level of seriousness as their past games. Like, it's the same level of storytelling.
The setting is different.
It rocks it. But I
on a star.
But I think there's also tone there, right? Because GTA has always been, you're right, it has the same level of mechanics and stuff in the world, but it's always like, it's funny. It's funny here. The thing that surprised me at Red Dead Redemption 2 was that it takes it much more seriously, and it's a much more mature story that's being told there. And that lends itself to something unique, because a lot of those open world games at that point are either fantastical, like Witcher, or they're over the top, unserious, like Saints Row, Grand Theft Auto, etc., or they're fantastical in a sci-fi sense with Horizon. But with Red Dead Redemption 2, it's unique in its setting. It's unique in how well those systems are put together. It's unique in the world, because a vast majority of open world games don't have something that feels that well lived in. That's what I kind of mean. It's not like the most unique game ever made, but there's nothing else. It's not like you can say, oh, I like games like Red Dead Redemption 2, and you could maybe say GTA 5, but there's really nothing else at that tier, you know?
Yeah, I can see it. I don't know. I think Karl swayed me. I think I'm going to go God of War. I hate to do it. Okay. I'm sorry, Ian Gibson. I can do it. I didn't even think. It was
a weak year.
This is the other problem. I didn't even think about it. I didn't even think about God of War.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know why I didn't.
It's a weak year, honestly.
I mean, Celeste, Into the Breach, Oberdin. It's not that Super Smash Brothers.
I think it's a great year, but compared to the recent years, which has been like a turbo boost of like, there's 15 million things coming out. Enjoy. It felt less back then.
Yeah, it's weird too. Like you mentioned, Among Us coming out that year. It's like hindsight's crazy about that. Being like, oh, that same when we had our whole Minecraft discussion. It's like no one thought it was going to be the biggest thing ever that year. And same with whatever year like Fortnite comes out. Like it's so far removed from Battle Royale version, you know. Which I think the Battle Royale was that this year?
Well, that was pretty close. That was pretty close. No, because Fortnite Battle Royale came out before Fortnite Fort mode, I believe. I think Fortnite Fort mode was in like was out. Closed beta.
Yes,
was it the story
mode?
It was early access, Sony's early access, but it was out. They were already copying Minecraft and almost done with it when they started copying.
Yeah. But it's not like Among Us where it was out for 2 or 3 years. It was pretty close between Fortnite being openly available and Fortnite dropping Battle Royale.
I think so. I'm just Googling to see. July 25th, 2017, it says initial release date.
Yeah, there you go.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Early access. But yeah, man, it took them that long to copy Minecraft.
Yeah.
Guys, I keep getting an ad on Instagram, not to tangent. Or no, it's an ad on Reddit that is just like
copying Minecraft. It was copying like 7 Days to Die.
No, I know.
If that came out first.
They're like, oh, come back to Fortnite. Were you scared of building? We have the new simple building, and it just shows a guy building a staircase.
What?
And explains nothing. It just says, we have new simple building, and it's just a guy building something, and I go, I don't even know how you did that. What do you want from me? Like, it just looks like a clip of Fortnite.
That's how simple it is.
Wild.
Yeah. Are you using your mind? So Ian, I'll let you pick the Red Dead Redemption 2 superlative. We'll give Game of the Year to God of War. I didn't play Karl. Ragnarok, good, bad?
Ragnarok, great, but it's divisive on whether or not it's better than the first game or not. People have different opinions.
I own it. I think I own it on PC and PlayStation 5. Perks of once working for a journalism website. And Karen beat it, but she always swoops in and beats games that I want to play. So I haven't played.
Did Karen like it?
Karen did like it, I think. I'll have to check in with her, but I respect your opinion way more than I respect.
Will, what's our second superlative? Is that Into the Breach? That feels like the right one.
No. It has to be Ian loses his mind. Super Smash Brothers Ultimate.
Give
me any other game.
No, I don't want to put that on the list though for my reaction because the game itself is good, but I'm not crazy about it. So
it could be best reveal trailer ever made. Super Smash.
Actually, yeah, I'm fine with doing that. So best reveal trailer ever.
And I know that trailer so well because one of the first things I did with working with Chris at the sports betting place was edit Goofy into the person's eye,
into him dying.
Yeah,
Smash. I forgot.
Smash. Yeah. That was before the.
So that's 2018 Game of the Year, God of War, Best Rootin' Tootin' Cowboy Game, Red Dead Redemption 2, and Best Reveal Trailer Ever, Super Smash Brothers Ultimate.
Hell yeah, folks, we're getting through it. Good. You know what? Never mind, folks. That's gonna be the show, I think. Unless anyone's got anything else. Karl, any public PSAs? Anything we should know about? Health concerns?
Go watch Saving Throw, youtube.com/SaveDataTeam.
Yeah, don't do that, folks.
Yeah.
Don't do that. I heard there might be a new show they're working on.
Who's to say? Maybe I'm editing as well. Who knows?
Show?
A nude show. We're gonna be naked.
Can we get exclusive? Is this related to Saving Throw at all? In any way?
Genuinely couldn't fucking tell you. On Extra Life, Chris took like 5 minutes while on stream to make a quick teaser trailer and pop that in. That's as much as I know.
Let's say I've got a message about it.
Ooh.
Which means I'll be making the 3D Movie Maker version of Saving Throw. It'll be fantastic. Yeah. We're so excited for that. No, folks, that's going to be it. I'm going to hit the outro music. Folks, thank you so much for tuning in. Nova, I know you were hanging out. Thanks for watching the show. Thank you everyone for listening to this on their podcast through their ear holes or possibly through their eye holes on YouTube and ear holes. All the holes. We will be back tomorrow, Friday the 5th. Oh, I gotta wake up early tomorrow. At 3 p.m. Eastern, we'll be playing more 3D Movie Maker. I finished the bathroom scene, Ian, and I marked it as done.
Yay!
So that scene's donezo, which means we just gotta work on the credits tomorrow. Karl, thank you so much for being here. It's wonderful to have you on this podcast. You've been on pretty regularly, and it's been really nice.
Yeah.
To have someone enthusiastic about being on Subpixel content. Subpixelfilms.com. That's Ian Gibson. I'm Will Crosby. Find all of our content, join our Discord, hang out, have a fun time. We'll see y'all next week. 2 weeks. Bye.
Bye.